So, so this is something that I've been working on with my students this week, and I just want to make it super simple and easy. You're just going to start with kind of talking. So I'm just going to talk, and we're going to use ba because it's just easy and kind of whatever, throwaway. So I want you just to go ba 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 ba, just through your whole range, whatever that is. It's just talking. There's no pitch that you have to hit. It doesn't really matter. I do want you to work in kind of sections. So go through the whole thing, and then you can kind of go down. Ba 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 ba, and see if you can make it get lower. Get it down into that bottomy end. Ba 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 ba. And then see if you can stretch into that, like, I think of whiny, more whiny than yelly. So when I say yelly, I don't want it to be, it doesn't necessarily have to be louder. It might get louder, but it doesn't have to be louder. So I'm not trying to push louder. So I want to make sure that this stays nice and easy. But I'm going to go ba 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 ba, where it's like right at the top of that, but I don't want it to get stuck. So watch that you're not going ba 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 ba. If it's getting stuck like that, like release it, relax it, kind of yawn again, and try again. So I want to think there's still space. Ba 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 ba, and it's gonna go a little bit more whiny. So we'll go more into that obviously as we go, but I want to just think. So I'm just still stretching that, and wherever that is for you, like wherever that pressure point or whatever is, you're just gonna kind of push into that area. Ba 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 ba, where it doesn't flip into that ba 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 ba, like lighter sound, but it's not quite the lower either. So I want to just stretch. We're just working on stretching rather than pushing. Make sure I'm not squeezing. Then you're going to go up, and I want it to actually flip. Ba, 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 right? Like that's that super easy, almost, I think of like, I think of when you would make sounds like a laser gun, you know, pew, 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 right? We've all done that. Come on. You know you did that as a kid. Pew, 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 pew. Like that sound, if you can sing that, where is that? Pew. That's like an F sharp. Pew, pew, pew. And that's what I'm singing. No. So if I can make that sound, that's the pitch I can actually sing. And I specifically remember that pitch in college, going to my voice teacher and being like, I can't sing it. I'm just an alto and I can't sing that high. So I was proven wrong that I can, in fact, sing that. Because if you can make that sound, pew, pew, then you can sing that pitch. Just saying. So that's kind of what we're working on. So then you're going to take it up into that higher, ba, 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 ba. Let those, see if you can, like, stretch into that. Ba, 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 ba. Boo! Like, what can you do? And just kind of throw them away. Again, this is super not, doesn't need to sound good. Doesn't need to be singy. We're not even holding notes. We're not doing anything. I'm just moving my voice up and down. Okay? So once you've done that and you've kind of warmed it up and figured out, then you're going to go and put it to pitch. And I'm going to do, I want it to feel the exact same way. So I want it to still feel like I'm talking. Very, very simple, like I'm talking. We're just going to go up this chord. You're going to play 3 notes. Again, even if in your mind, if singing like freaks you out, don't even sing it. I'm just speaking, but on different pitches. So I'm just going to go ba, 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 ba. That's simple. It's a lot more like, I told one of my students, and I'm still going to have to find this video and like maybe post it. It makes me think of VeggieTales. Like I really think about Junior Asparagus when I do this. Like, cause it's really just ba, 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 ba. Like I don't want anything pretty. It's just VeggieTales. That's my thought. I don't know what else. So, I'm not super low. I'm going to go down one more just to stretch. So any point in time, if you can't hit this, don't worry about it. Just come in when you can. But again, it's very, very speaky. So even if it sounds like ba, 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 that's totally fine. Nobody needs for it to sound great. It's just about getting used to moving your voice up and down in its range. So we're just gonna go like that. Ba 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 ba. Go up. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Now I will say I'm trying to go as much straight tone as possible, mainly because I want it more speaky. So my vibrato comes out when I hold the last note. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't even worry about it. But I want to think a lot more speaky, so I'm not ba 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 ba. Right? It's not that big thing. It's just very Junior Asparagus. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Notice that as I'm going up and I'm kind of hitting this little mixy range, which might have happened already for you, I'm going a little more forward. You can also change. Some of it might be changing that, watch that your vowel doesn't go ba 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 and get real wide and smiley. Go B-U-H and go buh, so that it goes a little skinnier. Ba 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 ba. Again, the main thing I want right now is we're just focusing on speaky, but that can sometimes help you keep it more speaky. So B-U-H instead of B-A-H. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Okay, I have not warmed up yet today, so this is amazing. I'm like, this is gonna crack at any moment. So it's really okay if it does crack for you. It's totally fine. Here's what we do when it cracks. If that didn't work, I'm gonna go back down. I'm gonna go back down one. Then I'm gonna go back. So, I mean, I don't know if you noticed. I noticed it felt better the second time through. So, any point in time that it feels like, oh, I didn't quite get that one, just rewind it, do it again. It's always great if you can just like go back, let me try that one again, and then keep moving forward. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear, but I've definitely switched. So this one is one. I'm still kind of in that, like, I hate to say pushy, but I'm in that whiny yell. My whiny yell range. This one is even a little bit more still, just more whiny. And that one's definitely in het. So I'm going ba, ba, ba. Hear that each one of them is really different. So that's how we make it through the passage. But right now I'm really just thinking about kind of saying ba, 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 and let your voice do what it wants to do. It will do it. It really will. Obviously, it's like anything else. The more you use it and the more you've done it, the easier it smooths itself out and knows what to do. So the more you practice it, the easier it'll be. Again, still not really singing. This is not real pretty singing. I'm not doing anything major. But it's really getting my voice and those muscles used to how they make that transition from one to the other. Just by speaking. Just kind of talking it. Ba, 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 ba. We're going to do one more. Ba, 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 ba. Good. Really, really good. So, for some of you, like honestly some of the guys that might have just gotten you to the top of it, some of you may have already switched already. Your range obviously very much depends on you as a person and all of that. So work it the way where you need it to work. And that's why I feel like even just, again, going back to not even doing it on pitch, but just doing it in your speak range. Ba 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 ba. Because that's way further than what we actually did. Typically, it's also further than I actually sing most of the time because we don't usually use the full extent of our range. But that's why we want to practice it and stretch it. And when you kind of just do it with that nice, easy, speaky thing, then it can go super just easy and wherever you need it to go. So don't feel like, oh, I should be able to hit this note or that note. We're going to work with your voice and where it's at, and you can stretch it from where it is. But I want you to really get used to just using your voice and doing what your voice can do. And how do you kind of match that? What do you do when you speak? How do we feel when we speak? What does my voice do? Can I make different character sounds? Can I make different, can I place it? I know we hear that term placement, but can I talk like this in my cute little Valley Girl voice? And like, where is that? Versus my smoky lounge voice, where am I putting that? So the things that we do a lot more naturally when we speak, that's really going to help us when we sing. So if you can start to make those connections and even start to practice things when you speak and pay attention to just what you're doing, without putting pressure on yourself, then it can make a really easy transfer into, how do I sing this? Like, I can sing these pitches because if you can make that noise, you can sing that pitch.